as co-host. Thank you very much. Now, so the next important aspect relating to socio-cultural environment, unit number 5. We're done. Make a note. Yeah, make a note on that. Socio-cultural environment, unit number 5. Page number 67. Page number 67. Page number 67.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Explain the explain the impact of
impact
of culture. Explain the impact of culture.
Okay.
1 minute. Only. Do you want to say no? Okay. Explain the impact of culture on the business. Explain the impact of culture on the business.
Yes, sir.
Second question in the same lesson.
Okay.
Explain the arguments for and against. Explain the arguments.
Okay.
For and against the social responsibility. Explain the arguments for and against the social responsibility. Okay. Lastly, short question. Short question. Explain the limitations of. Explain the limitations of corporate social responsibility.
Sorry.
Explain the limitations of corporate social responsibility. Corporate social responsibility. Next, last short question. Explain the implementation process. Explain the implementation process of corporate social responsibility. Explain the implementation process of corporate social responsibility. That's it. So let us proceed now. So we will briefly sum up various aspects first, and then we will go for the various elaborate discussion on the social responsibility. This is unit number 5, and with that the block 1 is completed, and we are running with the 4th class now. So in the next 2 sessions, tomorrow session, I will complete the 2 concepts of the same block 2, so that it will be number 7. Then in the last another 2-3 sessions will be there. In that I will make it at least out of the total 4 blocks are there. Luckily, total 4 blocks consisting of 20 lessons are there. By the end of that 8 sessions are so I will make it about block 2 is also complete. So block 3 and block 4 we will go with the offline classwork. Right? Actually, as per the university direction, it is given that half of the syllabus is to be completed in the online and half of the syllabus is to be completed in the offline. So whatever the decision is there, and if any changes are there in the decision, we will accept it as is, or otherwise, as of now, the decision taken by the university level with a circular that half of the syllabus is to be completed in the online, half of the syllabus is to be completed in the offline. Let us follow the same pattern because we are not supposed to deviate the university instructions on this, right?
Okay, sir.
If you have any doubts, always welcome.
Yes, but offline classes are over now, sir.
No, for this particular subject, offline classes are not over. I already informed to HOD Ravina Solomon sir also.
Okay, you'll be taking offline classes after this online session.
Yeah, offline classes for 3 subjects, that is accounting for management, and another 3 subjects are there, that is over. And paper number 4, paper number 5, offline classes are due. That is
Okay,
already confirmed with Ravindra Solomon sir on the day.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir.
Muhammad
Thank
Khalil
you
sir.
very much.
I hope you have remembered back our discussion.
Yes, sir. I went to the Solomon sir.
Oh, very good. Oh.
I spoke about with this, but at that time he was not there. So we discuss about this power sir and another day and another sir also.
No issue.
Okay.
Again, I am going anyhow to the university tomorrow.
Okay, sir.
Not
From
tomorrow.
behalf
Sorry.
of us, sir, you can speak with them.
Monday evening 4 o'clock, I am going to the university. Then definitely I will take up this point to the Ravindra Solomon sir.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Right. I will not leave anything else blind.
Okay.
Right, Amma. Amma, I am telling one thing. We are here to explain to the
Yes.
maximum possible extent what I can do.
Yes.
I am not a 100% person. So to the possible extent, definitely I will support all of you. మనం ఎంతవరకు చేయగలమో అంతవరకు హెల్ప్ చేస్తామండి. ఆ స్టేజ్ దాటితే మనం ఏం చేయలేము. ఓకే, సో మీకు ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉన్నా, మీకు ఏదైనా అసిస్టెన్స్ కావాల్సి వచ్చినా, డెఫినెట్ గా నా నెంబర్ ఆల్రెడీ అందరి దగ్గర ఉంది, నేను దీంట్లో కూడా ఇచ్చాను కదా. యూ కెన్ డైరెక్ట్లీ కాల్ మీ, నో ప్రాబ్లం. ఇఫ్ యూ జస్ట్ ఇంట్రడ్యూస్ దట్ యు ఆర్ ఎ స్టూడెంట్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ సో అండ్ సో, దెన్ ఐ విల్ డెఫినెట్లీ టాక్ టు యూ, నో ప్రాబ్లం.
Okay.
Feel free to talk to the faculty members. That will definitely help you because you are in the MCOM level, not in the degree level.
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay. Actually, now we are talking about the socio-cultural environment on the business. What is business? What is technology? What is the impact of technology? What are various economic variables? What are various economic factors? All this is we have discussed elaborately on the previous sessions. When we are going to the business directly into the socio-culture, actually what is socio-cultural? That means one is cultural, another is said to be social. So when we are talking about the cultural environment, when we are talking about the social environment, how it is going to be impact the business. One thing you remember, every business is a part of the society. Whether it is a Reliance Zero by Ambani, or it is Mukesh Ambani, or Bajaj, or Tata, whatever may be. If society is not there, business is not there. If business is not there, society is not there. That is very true. So whoever is producing, they are producing for the purpose of the people. People are for the purpose of producing the goods. Early morning, just now, if coffee powder is not there, we are not there. That's it. Who is manufacturing coffee powder? So many people are manufacturing, like Tata, just now I have ordered for that. Tata coffee manufacturing. Tata is manufacturing coffee powder. Brookband is manufacturing coffee powder. Unless a purchaser is there, they cannot produce. Unless they produce, we cannot live. So, business and society. What is the main important point I want to tell you here is that, to make it clear. So, business and society, both will travel together. Both will travel together. Unless if the business does not consider the social factor, it cannot survive. If the social factors are not clear, if the social factors are not there, business also cannot do anything else. Now, what is coming to the social factor or cultural factor? So, when we are talking about the social and cultural factors put together, what is their influence on that and all that? What are basically the social and cultural factors? Socio-cultural, they will both together travel always. So, in the society, there are so many people. That is attitude of the people. That is how the people will behave, how the people will talk, how the people will buy, how the people will accept a product, or how the people will deny a product. That's all. Simple logic. With that, I will enter into the other remaining subheadings of it. Two persons are there. They will go to the market and ask. One person will ask that, I want a product at a low price. I want a product at a low price. That means he is more worried about the price only, but he is not worried about the quality. He is not worried about that, how much long life it gives, and so on. Second customer will go, I want a good product, I want a quality product which will give service for a longer period of time. But he is not worried about the price. Remember here, two customers, two people, same time they will enter into the shop, but two people will ask for the two different types of the products. That is, one is quality consciousness, second is price consciousness. This is called as the attitude of the people. Remember one thing, we can say that, is there any difference between the foreign country and India? In the foreign country, they are more quality consciousness. They are not worried about the price. Unless a product is highly qualitative, unless the product is highly competitive in that, they don't accept that. They are not worried about how much they are paying for that. But in India, there is a mixture of the two, where some of the people are quality conscious, some of the people are price conscious. So this too is always definitely impact that one. That is why in Indian context, business has to manufacture definitely two types of the products. One is low priced product, another is a high priced product, which is quality nature and all this. Among this one, attitude, among others, attitude of wealth, how the people will believe about the wealth, how the people will talk about the wealth, that is also very important. Next, family structure. These points again I will discuss at the time when we are going in abroad. Family structure. Whether you believe it or not, family structure, how it will be, I will explain later. But family structure will have a direct impact over the business environment. How the families are there. What is the family structure? What is the family relation? How best the family relation? Everything is dependent on the business environment, and business is straight away dependent on the family structure also. Next, marriage. That's already marriage. We feel that it is individual nature, but marriage is the most important factor towards the business environment. Next, religion. What type of religion? How much religions are there? Hindu, Muslim, Christian, and so on. All these religions, they will have direct impact over the business environment. Then education, that is ethics. All these one are the having the direct impact over the business environment. So all these put together, I repeat, all these put together, they will be called as a socio-cultural environment. So education, marriage, attitude of the people, attitude of the wealth, and how they behave with the wealth, all these aspects that we put together, they will be considered as the socio-cultural factors. Right? Okay, are you clear on this one?
Yes, sir.
Next, we are talking about culture. Exactly what is meant by culture? What is exactly the meaning of culture? Culture means, it states that belief. Culture means belief. Nammakam. Marriage culture. Marriage is a belief. Marriage is a culture. If no, మనకి చాలా సినిమాల్లో కూడా వచ్చింది, నమ్మకం లేకపోతే మ్యారేజ్ లేదు, మ్యారేజ్ లేకపోతే నమ్మకం ఉంది.
Yes.
So, and second important thing, culture is a belief. Next, culture is a habit. Culture is a habit. Why we are not wearing chappals when we are going to the temple? Habit. Who told that? Any God directly came and asked us not to wear a chappal? No.
No.
Then customer value. How much value we are giving? When elderly person is there, we will say good morning. When HOD sir is coming, we also will say good morning, sir. Why? That is always a customer. That is also a value. Customs. What we follow. Customs means what we follow. Values means what we deliver. So belief, custom. Belief means what we believe. Customs means what we practice. Value means what we will give. And habits means what we accept and adopt. These are considered as the composed various factors relating to the culture. Many of the cultural factors are. Culture is a composition of various beliefs, then customs, values, habits. To be frank, is it culture constant? Is it culture constant? Answer is no. Culture is not constant. But culture, in that particular culture, some of the values are dropped, or some of the beliefs are dropped, some of the habits are dropped, and then some of the new concepts will come in the culture. Very olden days, as Raja Ram Mohan Rai and all the people, then in those days, child marriages are there. But later on, child marriages.
Yes.
Manam antundam kada sati sahagamanu ani. When a widow is not supposed to live further. So, yeah, that is there. So when once that is in their days, in the olden days, that is the belief. That is the belief. A daughter or a girl should get married. A girl should get married at the age of 8 years. That is considered as a crime now. That is considered as a crime. It is not accepted. But in those days, up to 18 years, a girl should not get married. But
now 21.
21, right? Okay. Very good. So, okay, 21. So till that, it is not. But in those days, it is accepted. That is adaptable. That is belief, habit, and so on and so forth. Then next, coming to all these points, when every value or every habit will come, and some of the habits will go off. Some of the habits will go off. In earlier days, gents used to wear that pancha kandu antam kada, dhoti.
Yes.
But no, even now We are also not wearing it. So we all forgot that. In earlier days, don't feel otherwise, girl students, particularly in earlier days, you all used to wear saris. But how
Yes.
many of you are wearing saris now? That is gone. Punjabi dresses,
Yes.
jeans pants, and all that became. Yeah,
Yes.
I'm not against, but I'm telling that this habit is changed.
Yes. Yes, sir.
This custom is changed. Belief is changed. This all this put together that comes as a culture. So to conclude upon this particular aspect, some of the cultures are persistent. Some of the cultures are self-contained. What is persistent? They will continue further. They will go ahead with that. Some of the cultures are self-contained. That means they will be there in that. But some of the cultures will come, some of the cultures will go. So what all will come, what all will go, that depends on the various changes in the societal factors. Various changes in the societal factors. To say, earlier days, girl education is not given any importance. Now, every girl is getting educated. Mostly, girl are mainly educated now. That system is changing. Culture is changing. So, to conclude on this particular aspect, understand this one. Socio-cultural aspects. Business is directly influenced by the socio-cultural factors. It is a composition of various factors, what we have explained now. And culture is a composition of beliefs, customs, values, habits. Some of the beliefs, customs, values will be dropped, and some of them will come as a new. All this put together will be considered as a culture. Though, so these are the various aspects. Now you have to understand on this. One by one, let us go with that. Impact of culture on the business. So how all these factors, how all these factors, are you able to see? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Just one second. So, I couldn't. Just one second. So number 3, 14th May. Poina, screen poina.
Yes, sir.
Now it's okay. So when we are talking about this one, now is it clear for you?
Yes, sir.
Socio-cultural environment, in this attitudes, belief, all this is over. Next, socio-cultural environment, education, family. Yeah, you can this one. Refer to the influence exercised by certain social factors which are beyond the company level. All these factors are beyond, not in the level of the company. Company cannot change. Company cannot change the factors, but factors will have different influence on the company. So next, attitude of the people, all this is explained. Then education, family, views, scientific method, impact of culture. Yeah, let us proceed. First one, significance of culture. Yeah, this is the one important aspect. The second slide is so all this what I have explained now. Last one, time dimension is there. In the case of time dimension, what is that one? Is that every time, every time dimension, that is called as present, future, past. Which the present time, future time, past time. Which is more important for the business? Future is more important for the business, and also at the same time, present also very important for the purpose of the business. So what we are doing now, what we are going to do future, on the basis of the past, they have to decide. So time dimension basically explains about three important factors, that is present factor, past factor, and again future factor. Right. With that we will close this one. Then impact of culture on the business. Impact of culture. Significance of culture, first one. Write down. Significance of culture. Culture changes. Culture changes. Business objectives also. Culture changes. Business objectives also. Culture will have subcultures. Culture will have subcultures. Right. So what to understand in this particular point is that every culture is influenced by the religion. Every culture is influenced by who is doing the business, or it reverse. Business also will be influenced by the factors of subcultures. In very simple logic, we normally call it as Gujarati business, Marwadi business, Andhra business, and so on. Why we are attaching a particular name of the state or a particular part of the people to the business? We always say Gujarati business, Gujarati Gully, Gujarati business, Gujarati practice. So Marwadi business. Why we will say Marwadi business? Because this Marwadi is a segment of the society. It will have influence on the business aspect. So the style of doing the business is different from one part of that. The style of the business is totally different from Marwadis to Gujaratis, and at the same time, they always give a preference to one subculture to the another. One subculture to the another. So, and moreover, these Gujaratis, Marwadis, they will follow hereditary culture. Suppose if the father established the business, right from the father, grandfather, great-grandfather, they will be continuing in the same business zone. If you go to Troop Bazaar, here in the Hyderabad, if you go to Troop Bazaar, you can see the father is assisting, son will be doing the business, and son's son also will be there in that. That means they are giving a practice. They are training the people in such a way that the business will go on hereditary. That means significance of culture is there, and cultural significance, they will have impact over the business environment. For example, if we say a business is started by a great grandfather, and that will be continuously going on from the various other stems of that. So that is one important point. Second one, culture and globalization. Culture and globalization. So what we have to understand here is that when we are talking about the culture and globalization, so when the business always goes global, business will go global. So what to say? In earlier days, business is restricted towards the area, or absolutely towards a state, or at most it is to the country. But now, even for the very small scale organizations, they are going to have export oriented business. So when the business is going for that, when the business is going for the globalized business environment, that is international level, that all the cultures which are called as cross culture, they must be given priority over by the business aspect. If a product is sold within the country, you can understand the culture of the India only. But if the same product is sold or exported to the foreign country, then in such a case, you have to accept with that. You have to make the product acceptable in the foreign countries also. Say, for example, if you are manufacturing a charger, in India, it is 240 volts actually the current we are using now. But if the same product is to be used in foreign country like America, their voltage is only 120 volts. If we put our charger in America, it will not work because we are manufacturing a product for 240 volt current, whereas it is only 120 volt current. But if we same product, if we bring from America and directly put in our plug pin, definitely it will burn because the power will be very high. So in the same way, whatever the products we are going to manufacture in the business environment, that should be given acceptable to the entire world. That means all the business people, they will look various cross cultures among the world, and when they are exporting the goods from one country to the another, they will take care of all these aspects into consideration, right? Then the product quality is also very much important. The product quality, just 1 second. It is Helala. Krishna Agman. Atelta Vadna. Yenga Nico. Yeah. When the so in the same sense, when you are talking about a global economic world, so all the globalization process, that means currency, what we are using now, Indian currency, foreign currency, American dollar, Japanese yen, British pound, all these things have to be considered when you are going for a business on a global basis, right? And moreover, high price goods, high quality goods, low price goods, low quality goods, what I have discussed just now. Then how to manage the delivery aspect also, how the process of delivering the goods from one country to another, and what are the various countries that is appreciating our products, and so on. So to have understanding here, the Kashmir salwas, what we are manufacturing in our country, they are exported all over India, all over the world also actually. So that is very, very important aspect on this. That is very, very important aspect. When we are going for the product at the globalization level, the products must be given on a global standard. Reliance is very much owned and controlled by the Dhirubhai Ambani, who is the real owner. He always talks about the world class, not Indian level. Always he wants to produce the goods at the world level, not at the Indian quality, but all the products what we produce must be world class quality, world class acceptability. These are the main important points what Dhirubhai Ambani used to stress on that. Okay, are you able to follow?
Yes.
Right. Third important aspect is cultural dimensions to the culture determines the goods and services also. So what type of third point is that culture determines the nature of the goods and services. Culture determines the nature of goods and services. What the goods we are producing, what the goods we are selling, how they are acceptable, that is dependent on the culture. So what are the various aspects that we have to consider here is that goods produced by the business will produce the various types of goods, like cloths they wear, beverages they drink, and building materials they use. All these aspects are also. So, for example, for the construction of house in India, we are more worried about cement, iron, and sand, and so on. But in America, most of the houses are constructed by use of wood only. So that is the reason why they can shift the houses also from one place to the another. They are just mounted on the ground. So here, what type of wood we are using, that is different from the wood what they are using. Right? The beverages what we are using in India, that is cool drinks, etc. What they are using is different. If the product what we are manufacturing in India, and if the products are same to be exported outside India, we must give priority on that particular aspect. That is culture of the goods. So what type of clothes we wear, what type of clothes the foreigners wear, what type of clothes the Delhi people will wear. Even in India also, there are so many cultural differences are there. Northern difference, south difference. So like that, these points are also to be understood. Next, people attitude towards the business. That is the fourth one. People attitude towards the business aspect. How the people view about a particular business. I repeat, how the people view a particular type of business. That is more important. This is also determined. This is also an important factor which will influence the business aspect. If I say shoe, if I say a shoe in Hyderabad, definitely the first thought what we will get is that Bata shoe. Then If you say Chappal, then it is said to be Kanpur Chappal. Then if you want any sort of Khadi, then Khadi Gramodyoga Bhandar. Like that. So what type of goods we are producing? What is the belief of the people about that particular goods? What is the people's attitude towards that? Whether you believe it or not, if any person wants a quality shoe, first of all, he will go to Bata and whatever the price, he will buy that one only. Even the same quality shoes are available in the market in other area, they don't believe.
Yes.
Because they don't believe. That's all.
Yes.
Bata ante Bata nenandi. Emundanto emundadu. Adanta malla mamule. Even the same manufacturer. Kada? If we believe one company, we will stick to that only. We will stick to that only. Mobile ante Samsung. First priority manku idea vachindi. So like that, the products are basically made out of that. If we want a silk saree, మనం పట్టు చీరలు అంటాం కదా, పట్టు చీరలు, then కంచి sarees. So is it manufactured originally in Kanchi, Mahabalipuram, etc. or not? That is a different matter. If the brand is there that it is Kanchi sarees, definitely we will accept that product. So how the people will view the business, that is very, very important aspect. Then, okay, are you able to follow this one?
Yes, sir.
Right. Then attitude towards work. This మనకు చాలా వర్కౌట్ అవుతుంది. Attitude towards the work. That is also influence. This is also influence the power. This is also influence the business attitude. See how the people are motivated. Motivation. Already this will come in the organization theory and behavior also. How the people are motivated towards the work. What is the morale of the employees? Morale means all of them will put together and put work on that. These are related to the human resources aspects. What is their attitude towards the work also? This is also very important. So a worker looks the work in a factory, that depends on a cultural aspect. How the manufacturing is going on, how the firm is doing the business, that is all depends on the attitude of the worker towards the particular product or towards the business. Different types, appeals, rewards, all this will have influence over the different aspects of the business. So when coming to this one, in Indian context, so what to say is that attitude of the worker towards the freedom. So in India, normally everyone prefers to have a free working environment, but they are not having more and more challenging jobs, challenging culture, they don't accept. Higher income people may produce more amount of goods, but the work ethics, efficiency, preoccupation, all this will be lower in the another area. That means a worker may look at the work as it is his own work, or what is there? I am doing this business only for, I am doing this work only for the purpose of salary. That means he is not directly involved in that. He is not motivated with that particular work environment. That is how the worker is having attitude towards the work environment. That is most important. And next one, collectivism and individualism. When we are talking about collectivism and individualism, the spirit of collectivism, it is related to the various aspects of the multiplicity of the trade unions. Collectivism, collective work, collective bargaining, these are the various terms are there. That is affected by the various trade unions. Normally the trade unions will group the employees and they will try to manage the interests of the employees. If any rivals are there between the trade unions, if any differences are there in the if the differences are there between the trade unions, then in such a case this collectivism will have a break over that one. Next, against this one, against this collectivism, individualism is also there. If a person is working on himself in his own capacity, or if he is directly motivated by himself rather than the society or a trade union, his motivation will be different. So that is about collectivism. So he is not rather society or his own welfare. He is directly committed towards the work, and he will perform the work in such a manner that it will give maximum satisfaction to him directly. Next, this is about collectivism and individualism. Collectivism is the factor where the people work together in the groups and they are influenced by the various trade unions and factors. If there is a rivalry between the trade unionism, that will have impact over the business. If the person is working on himself, that is individual capacity or individual level, then he will put all his efforts on that particular business factor. So this is the point you have to understand, right? Are you okay now?
Yes.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Lastly, this point is only half taken.
Ambitious or
ambitious or
complacent.
complacent.
Huh.
Complacent. Complacent. Ambitious or complacent. So, what to understand here is that he has a strong urge to excel. Ambitious worker. He wants to grow on his own. He wants to increase on his own capacity. He wants to earn more. He wants to do more. That is called he is ambitious. He wants to raise himself to the higher and higher levels. But some of the employees are there. They will be complacent. Complacent here is basically say that is average citizens will be happy with what they are getting. So I am happy with this particular post. I am getting monthly salary. I am enjoying my life. That's all. I don't want to take any risk at all. This type of environment we normally see in the case of the government employment, that too at lower order level. A lower order level employee in the organization, they don't want to take any initiative. They have no skills. They have no hard work, and complacency of the citizens is attributed to one of the other reasons for the backwardness of the country's business. People, if everybody wants to have his own salary, that's all. If they don't want to take up any risk, if they're simply satisfied with their own environment, then finally the business will not have any challenging tasks. To be frank, in my opinion, whether right or wrong, most of the government sector organizations are in this type of complacent behavior. Even at the top level authorities, they will be happy with what they are getting, and the lower employee, they are also happy with their what they are getting, and they don't take any challenging environment. But in the case of the private sector people, they are always having targets. They are always will be raising high, raising high, raising high. That you can understand in this particular dimension. Next, coming to the education. Yeah. So in the case of education, actually, because of the changing dimension, in earlier days, only male members in the yeah. So in earlier days, only male members in the society are educated. Female members are not given importance to have education. But nowadays it is totally changed. A relatively smaller amount of education is sufficient earlier to gain employment, to do a business, and so on and so forth. But now it is different. All the castes, whether it is whatever upper caste or lower caste, all of them are pursuing the various levels of education. So education became a prominent factor now. Whatever may be the religion, whatever may be the caste, everybody is getting educated. Not simple education, everybody is going for a higher level of education, and so that every level is person going for a higher level of education. So this basically deals with the demanding of technical education at all levels, at all castes, almost turned into industrialization. So when everybody, actually we are seeing now, every 10th class boy, he wants to be an engineer or a doctor. If everybody is an engineer or a doctor, where is the question of other jobs? Where is the question of teacher? Where is the question of a lawyer? Where is the question of other this one? So this is one. But everybody is going for the technology-oriented education only. So this is the most important factor we have to discuss. Economy is gradually going for the primitives of almost industry-owned technology-based education. society is going towards industry-oriented technology education. What industry needs, that only we are learning. When once we learn, that again technology orientation. Nobody is writing now. Everybody is writing on the laptop only.
Correct.
Colleges are also providing laptops only.
Yes.
That means in our college, actually, it is very clear. Sorry to say that in our earlier days, the faculty member used to write on the board long notes. We used to copy.
Copy.
But to be frank, I am old traditional faculty only. But very recently, after 1 year back only, not even after Corona, even very recently only, I am adopting this particular PPTs and all. I am very new. There are so many techniques are there, but I don't know all this. Now, if I write on the board, this has happened in actually my class that I'm telling. When I write on the board and ask the students to copy, one student simply make a photo of that. Click, sir, over. అంటే వాడికి రాసే పని లేదు, వాడు మొబైల్లో ఫోటో తీసుకున్నాడు, అయిపోయి. ఇంక నేను ఏం రాయాలని, ఇంకా నాకు ఆన్సర్ లేదు. అరే రాసుకోరా, ప్రాబ్లం చెప్పింది అర్థం అక్కలేదు, ఇంట్లో రాసుకుంటాడు. Will they write? Answer is no. Tomorrow morning, the same student came, sir, are you having any PPT on this? Yeah, thank you very much. So, but
yes.
I actually now, because of the technology-based education, I am forced to learn this technology. I am forced to distribute the PPTs to the students. Helpless. Because time factor, and it has become time factor. Within 40 classes, we have to complete the syllabus. Means what I have to do? That's it. Right? I will type on the computer the same PPT. I will send you. That's all, and you will read. And I will project on the screen and I'll explain. No need of writing on the blackboard or green board. No student don't want to have a pen. No need of pens for a student.
Yes.
He will have only a PPT.
Yes.
మనం ఏమన్నా రాయమంటున్నామా అండి, వాడు రాయడు, మనం బోర్డు మీద రాయాలి. నేను బోర్డు మీద రాస్తే నాకు టైం అయిపోతుంది, వాడు బుక్ లో రాసుకుంటే వాడికి టైం అయిపోతుంది. సో నేను పీపీటీ పెట్టి బోర్డు మీద చెప్తూ ఉంటాను, వాడు చూస్తూ ఉంటాడు, మళ్ళీ ఆ పీపీటీ వాడికి పంపిస్తాను, వాడు చదువుకుంటాడు, అయిపోయింది. సెమిస్టర్ ఓవర్, he will get first class definitely. It is very true. So this is what I am telling this one is, that is called, now the technology has gone in a very such way that it has included into that. Matta annitla technology. So all the entire education is basically technology oriented education, and this education is also not for getting knowledge or not to get a wisdom or not to get any human values. We know who is studying now Ramayana and Bharata, who is studying now Quran, who is now reading about Bible. Nothing. Right from 5th class onwards, computer, that is MS Office to start అయిపోతుంది వాళ్ళ లైఫ్, అక్కడతోనే సరిపోతుంది. This is all what going. So technology and every education is going to get a job. How much job? How much is the job package? I got 12 lakhs package. Friend got 16 lakhs package. What I have to get 20 lakhs package. Everybody is more worried about package only, but he don't know about what is ABCD. I asked one question to an engineering student in a very famous reputed college. What, you are a BTech student, that means Bachelor of Technology. What is technology? No answer. They are well educated. They are very genius people, but what is technology they don't know, but they are Bachelor of Technology. This is why it is happening, because we are more emphasized towards the industry-oriented, technology-based education. That is what industries also want now. Tata started a university. Now Tech Mahindra started a university. Tech Mahindra company started a university. What they are doing? They are training the students in their requirement only. This is what we want to say. Next. Other point is that family. So family, as I told you, whether you laugh or this one, family is the most important factor. Do you know? We never imagined that I can see a McDonald's restaurant in Hyderabad. We never imagined that the very childish people, very childish, childish అనకూడదు కదా, very children, very low age children, they are always tempting towards burgers and pizzas.
Yes.
Correct.
ఏమండి ఒక మాట చెప్పనా, నేను హైదరాబాద్ వచ్చే వరకు నాకు బిర్యానీ అంటే కూడా తెలియదు. దట్ ఈస్ పాయింట్. సో బట్ ఇన్ నవేడేస్
Sir.
అంతే. ఇప్పుడు స్టార్టింగ్ లోనే బిర్యానీ, దానికి బర్గరు, దానికి పిజ్జా, మరి లావ్ అయిపోకుండా ఎట్లా ఉంటామండి మనం? మళ్ళా దానికి ఒబేసిటీ క్లినిక్, దానికి మళ్ళా డాక్టరు, దానికి
Yes.
మళ్ళా మనం సైజ్ 0 సినిమా చూసాం కదా, అదంతా స్టోరీ రిపీట్. దిస్ ఈస్ ఫ్యామిలీ.
ఈ చైన్ వల్లనే వాళ్ళు బతికేస్తున్నారు సార్.
ఖచ్చితంగా ఖచ్చితంగా. మనం మూవీకి వెళ్తే అక్కడ దొరికేవి ఇవే,
Yes.
మనం బయటకు వెళ్తే దొరికేది ఇదే. బట్ దే ఆర్ మోర్ ఓరియంటెడ్ టు చిల్డ్రన్ ఓరియంటెడ్ ప్రొడక్ట్స్. Children oriented products. Every business is now concentrating on what a child requires, because child is having more impact on the family, right? Very simple logic. In the olden days, let us point out in this. In the very olden days, it is a what to say that it is a joint family structure. So grandparents, great grandparents, sometimes parents, like that, they used to live together. But in those days, whatever the grandfather say, that is final. But grandmother used to cook common food for common to all. There is no biryani, there is no pizza, there is no burger, early morning idli, dosa, all that, that's all.
Yes.
Upma and maximum ఇంకా జాగ్రత్తగా చేస్తే ఏదైనా చేస్తే. In earlier days they used to have rice in the morning. మనం దాన్ని ఏదో అంటారు, నేను సరిగ్గా నాకు కూడా తెలియదు కానీ. సో ఎర్లీ మార్నింగ్ రైస్. ఇవాళ నైట్ మిగిలిపోయిన అన్నాన్ని నెక్స్ట్ డే పెరుగులో కలుపుకుని తినేవాళ్ళం. దానికి పేరు ఏదో ఉండాలి. సో దట్ ఈస్ ఎర్లియర్ యూజ్ టు. బట్ టుడే మార్నింగ్ నో, ఎర్లీ మార్నింగ్ సెల్ ఫోన్ ఆన్, స్విగ్గీ ఆర్డర్, డైరెక్ట్లీ కమ్.
Idli dosha come at door.
అంతే మరి. సో a 10th class boy wants a cell phone, that too high-end model. So what they are doing, they are introducing so many features into that. Whether you believe it or, this is coming because of the nuclear families, not because of the, this is family structure is changed. Earlier days, parents, grandparents, all they used to live together, but now they are not there. Every person, wife, children, that's all. Husband, wife, children, that too, 2 children or 1 children, that's all. 3 is maximum 4, minimum 3.
Yes.
Then if only one daughter or one son is there, whatever he say, earlier we used to listen to the words of our parents, but now parents are listening to the words of the children. That's it. మా అబ్బాయి ఏం చెప్తే అదండి, మా అమ్మాయి ఏం చెప్తే అదండి, ఇంకా మరి నువ్వేం చేస్తున్నారండి అంతే. మా అబ్బాయి ఏం చెప్తే అదేనండి, మా అమ్మాయి ఏం చెప్తే అదేనండి అంటే ఇంకా చాలా ప్రమాదం. అబ్బాయి ఏం చెప్తే అదే అంటే ఇంకేదో అడ్జస్ట్ అయిపోవచ్చు. అమ్మాయి చెప్పిందల్లా వింటూ ఉంటే రేపు భవిష్యత్తులో అమ్మాయి పరిస్థితి ఏంటో జాగ్రత్తగా ఆలోచించుకుంటే, మరి క్లాస్ లో అక్రాస్ ద డయాస్ నేను చెప్పకూడదు, బికాస్ దిస్ ఇస్ యూట్యూబ్ లెక్చర్. ఐ నో మై లిమిటేషన్. సో అమ్మాయి ఏం చెప్తే అది మనం చేయకూడదండి, మనం చెప్పేది కాస్తైనా అమ్మాయి వినాలి. అబ్బాయి ఏం చెప్తే అది కూడా మనం టోటల్ గా వినకూడదు, అది వాళ్ళ లైఫ్ స్పాయిల్ చేస్తుంది డెఫినెట్ గా. మీ అబ్బాయి సెల్ ఫోన్ అడిగాడు, ఇస్తారు, రేపు ఇంకోటి ఏదో అడుగుతాడు, మీరు ఇవ్వలేరు. సో this type of things are definitely increased in the business society. So business is targeting towards the family structure. Business is targeting towards the business family structure. When nuclear families are more, they are producing some types of products. When joint families are more, they are producing other types of products. You go to villages, there early morning biryani is not available. But if you go to Jubilee Hills area, morning biryani is ready. Inka manam, if you go to Jubilee Hills, Banjara Hills, so many products are available in the early morning and the midnight also. But in the villages, no, not possible. So this type of business orientation towards the family structure is also there. Giant family structure, what type of products they are using? Nuclear families, what they are using? How many children are there? What is the process of, what is the priorities of the children? Domino's Pizza, but not Udupi Hotel. These are happening like this. Next, the view of scientific method, last one. the last card, the 2. The view of scientific method. Again, how we are viewing towards the scientific methods. It is said that in the Western society, all we are following religion, but do appreciate the logic of thinking. We, in the southern area, we are more worried about the logical thinking. That is, if a person, this is actually opposite to what we are studying right now. Logical thinking, it is not appreciated by the various sets of the various subcastes on this one. And logic of wealth, rainfall, demand, supply, mechanization, and related phenomena. It is said that belief is there in preserving traditional values and not adaptive to the modern thinking. So some of the cultures, like Adivasi culture, that is tribal culture. I hope you are able. Tribal culture, Adivasi culture, they don't accept any sort of modernization. They don't accept mechanization. Still, they are using chapati by a handmade only. But now we are using so many machines for that. Because, yeah, మనకు చపాతీ కావాలంటే మిషన్ కావాలండి. పిండి కలపడానికి కూడా మిషనే. సారీ టు సే. మనం పిండి కూడా మనం చేత కలుపుకోలేము. మనకు ఓపిక లేదు. ఎందుకంటే మనం చాలా సొసైటీ మోడర్న్ ఏజ్ కదా. But in the various societies, still they are against to technology adaptation. And in that factor also, the business has to see. And if they want to go with they want to preserve. Actually, some of the sectors, they are more so what to say? They are more believing on the traditional methods only than the scientific oriented methods. That is also one of the important factors. They don't want to come out of the traditional methods. They want to stick to that only. So how they are viewing a scientific method, how they are viewing a scientific manufactured product, that is also very important factor. That is very simple to say here, how a particular sector of the society is viewing towards the scientific method of manufacturing. That is very, very important. Then next 11th one is that ethics in business. Actually, yeah, time is running after. Let us proceed further for this one. Ethics in the business. What is actually ethics? What normally feel ethics? We say that that person is not having ethics. Actually, what is the meaning of ethics? Ethics means it is a code of conduct. How a person is dealing with that, how a person is behaving with the other individual. Code of conduct. Ethics means it is a code of conduct, how an individual is dealing with the others. It is, what is the code of conduct first? It is a set of rules. It is a set of regulations. It is a set of procedures. What a person has to follow. What a person has to follow. Then, basing on that, how he is interacting with the other person. How he is interacting with the other person. Say, if I, simple logic, I will go to a lawyer and I will tell some of the problems to the lawyer. What is the code of conduct to a lawyer? The code of conduct clearly mention a lawyer that he has to maintain the secrecy of a client. Doctor has to maintain secrecy of his patient. That is called code of conduct. If the lawyer is practicing that code of conduct, then he will say that he is ethical. If he is not practicing that one, he is unethical. Ethics basically states that what a person has to do, what a person has to say, what a person has to behave while he is behaving with the other person, right? So we normally see in the movies also, but every MLAs, MPs, వాళ్ళు ప్రమాణ స్వీకారం చేస్తారు. మనం చూస్తాం భరత్ నేను సినిమాలో కూడా మనం చాలాసార్లు చూసాం. సో వాడు ప్రమాణం చేస్తాడు, అబ్బాయి నేను ఇండియన్ కాన్స్టిట్యూషన్ ని కాపాడుతాను, అది ఇది అది అని. బట్ ఎక్కడ జరుగుతుందండి? దట్ మీన్స్ ఎథిక్స్ విల్ క్లియర్లీ సే దట్ every political leader must work for the good, good of the society. If he is following, he is ethical. If he is not following, he is unethical. Nowadays, it is very much going out of the doctors also. Doctor, Unnecessarily they are involving in the so many controversial aspects. Whether it is right or wrong, that is different. Whether it is true or not, that is different. But it is happening. So ethics in the business always is more important also. Ethical, that is called moral, philosophical, all these aspects are to be understood. So this is one important aspect to be considered. Every individual is responsible for not only himself being ethical, but he must make his group also ethical. He must make his group also ethical. So individual must be ethical in the business, and business also must be ethical to the society. Then only it will be considered as a good business practice. Right? Next, religion. In the case of religion, what is actually religion? Religion refers to a specific and institutional list of set of beliefs that is practiced, generally agreed upon by a number of persons and the sects. So, belief. What is actually the meaning of religion? Religion, we are having Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Islamism, Buddhism, and all. Each religion is having a separate set of beliefs, set of practices. They are agreed upon by a number of people in that particular religion. So, when this religion is also will have an impact over the business environment. Birlas, Jains, they don't smoke or drink, and they are not entering into the catering or hotelism or leather industry. Islam prohibits money lending and the consumption of alcohol. These are given in the material book itself, page number 71, point number 12. So the religion to which the entrepreneur belong, that is also having influence over the business aspect. And 13th one, marriage aspect. That is very, very clear point here. That is various beliefs are there with respect to marriage. So when the various objectives are there, that is protection of the society. Nowadays, marriages are becoming so many models and all. But actually, the main objectives of the marriage is different. They must have a role model. Like Ramayana. In the Ramayana, it is clearly said, Rama, Sita, they are the role models of the marriage structure. So, in such a way, that protects social institutional, societal institution. Society is family is a part of society. Family is established by a marriage itself. So, because of the marriage, a social entity will develop, and social entity will turn into society. Society will turn into the business aspect. So, how the marriage is practiced, and marriages also several things, several people, all different. They all will put together in the case of the revival, recession into hit economic process. If there is various stages are there in the marriage aspect also, they are all influencing the business practices. So during the marriage season, gold ornaments will have high price. These aspects are to be understood. Lastly, time aspect, that is time dimension, that what we studied in this particular aspect. Time dimension already I explained. Time dimension already I explained. Every business must be able to consider about the time, that is past, present, future. What is required present, what is required to the past, and so on and so on. Okay. This is actually elaborate lecture on this one, but this is the most important question towards your examination point of view. What are the various impact of, what are the various factors influencing the business in respect of culture?
These are the factors, sir.
Pardon?
These are the factors.
Yeah, these are the various factors that influence. Right from significance of culture to last one, 14 factors are there. But as a matter of, 14 points factors are there. But Amma, I want to tell you, don't try to remember all 14 out of 14, because our human mind is very much limited. When a question appears in the examination, explain about socio-cultural factors affecting an environment. You try to write about what is culture first, what are the various social cultural factors, and then you try to remember maximum 10 to 12. If you are able to write 10 side headings, that is almost enough. Beyond that, no examiner will expect from a student.
Okay, sir.
14 out of 14 అంటే నేను కూడా చెప్పలేకపోవచ్చు.
Okay.
ఒక 10 పాయింట్స్ కరెక్ట్ గా గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి. ఆ 10 పాయింట్స్ మీరు సైడ్ హెడ్డింగ్స్ రాయండి. I am telling
Okay.
very clear. You put a side heading. That side heading is very, very important for you.
Okay, sir.
And moreover, if I forget in the later on classes, most of the students, this point, please try to remember or write in your notebook. Actually, most of the students are writing the question number in the edge of the paper, margin. Okay. We studied, we understood that margin, in the margin only we have to write the question number. Question number 6. A, we will write. Okay. While the scanning process is going on,
Okay, okay.
ఇది అందరూ అర్థం చేసుకోండి. మీరు ఏం చేస్తున్నారు, if you write the question number in the very edge of the page on the margin, what happens while the paper is scanned, that question number will not appear. We use it to value so many papers,
Understood.
your exam paper. Then what happens, question number is not clear. Okay, somewhere around what happens, because of your hurry, you will write something. Then question cannot be related to your answer. If the question number is there, at least okay, the student is writing question number 6. Then what is question? Then what is the answer? Whether it is related to it or not, we will have some basis to evaluate. If the question number is not visible, then what I can do? That is the problem. So what is my suggestion is that you write the question number in the middle of the answer sheet, on the top, first top. Okay, ikkada paper undanukondi, ikkada write question answer to question number 5. Idantha answer.
Okay.
Answer to question number 6. Ikkada mala question number ayipoyindi. Answer to question number 6. ఇది కింద రాస్తారు. So that మీకు క్లియర్ కట్ గా ఉంటుంది.
Okay.
అలాగే సెక్షన్ A, సెక్షన్ B. Section A, section B. Answer all the questions of section A at one place, section B at another place.
Okay, sir.
Like that, you can have a clear-cut answer of that, right?
Okay, sir.
So this point.
You will only correct our papers.
Amma?
You will only correct our papers.
లేదమ్మా, అంత భలే అడిగా అమ్మాయి, అంత యాదది లేదు. ఎవరికి చాలా మంది ఉంటారు ఎవాల్యుయేటర్స్, ఎవరికి ఏ పేపర్ పోతుందో మాకు తెలియదు. So there is no guarantee that all the papers are valued by me or all the papers are valued by others. Sometimes I don't involve in the valuation process also. Sometimes I value. I don't want to hide anything.
Sir, you are the faculty of over this subject now, sir, in university?
Yes, definitely.
So you will.
Yeah, that I can tell you.
Our paper will come to you only, sir.
No. That is not guaranteed. Guaranteed. Sir, it is on the YouTube lecture, sir, please.
Okay.
It is going on YouTube. Huh? Try to understand. మీరు విడిగా అడగండి పర్వాలేదు.
Okay, sir. We have some few last 5-year papers, sir. We can scan and we can take this guess into from that, sir.
అర్థం కాలే, please repeat.
Okay, sir. I am repeating. From last 5 years question papers, we can sort out for this guest paper for this year.
Definitely. What is that?
You have idea now, sir.
So Khalil sir, yes, sir. You are having or you are asking me?
No, sir, I don't have. I'm asking from you now, sir. You are the source for us.
No, we don't have last year papers.
Okay, sir. Okay.
If you have with you,
sir. Okay.
Always welcome. I can tell you what are the expected
important.
Yes, that important only. Which will come, I am not guaranteed.
Yeah. Okay, sir.
Sir, it is.
I will try to find it, sir.
Then, sir, it is YouTube live streaming, sir. Please try to understand.
Okay.
If you have that one point, I can tell you. If you have old question papers with you,
okay. Yeah. Sample we can see this, sir.
Yeah, if you have old question papers with you, I can guide you about from which topic which question may be important.
Okay, sir.
I must be careful because this is please. If you have any doubts, call cheyandi. Adi better.
Sir, instead of we are writing question number also and writing the question is enough, sir?
100% enough.
Enough, no, sir. Because sometimes we are writing question, sometimes not writing question. So you had given the solution to us. Thank you very much, sir.
Writing question with a black pen And answer the blue pen is always happy,
Okay, sir.
because question also will be one line.
Yeah.
In financial management, you cannot practice this one. You cannot
Yes,
write that. Then you write the question number on the middle of the page. Top,
Okay, sir.
middle. That is.
Okay, sir. Okay.
And one more thing I can tell you.
Okay.
This is open, no problem. This is open, I can tell you. This is only guiding the student to write the examination. That is 100% acceptable. See, if I asked you about what are the factors influencing the culture, then what is culture you write. Then below that you write all the site headings first.
Okay, sir.
Whatever you can remember, 8. Suppose you got 8 only. Anni మనం చెప్పలేం కదండి. Suppose sometimes you got only 8 in your memory. 8 you write.
Okay.
Then you go on elaborating on that.
Okay, sir. Okay.
That will help you in a broader way.
Okay, correct, sir.
That is good.
But sir, in one questions asking with 2-3 topics, sir. In that it's coming to very lengthy answer. It's coming to 6 to 8 paper like this. So how we can be?
Yeah. In 10 marks question.
Oh, yes, sir.
If question number A and B are given.
Yes, A and B given.
A and B are given. That means 4 marks each for a question. Right?
Okay.
So you should be able to reduce the answer to 4 marks.
Okay, sir.
That is very important.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. We have to make shorter.
Yeah. Then what you have to do? Ambedkar people, they went off. Right. Okay. So what you have to do is that when the question is only 4 marks, don't try to elaborate on that.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Sir, ఒకటే పెట్టుకోండి మైండ్ లో. ఒక 10 మార్క్స్ క్వశ్చన్ ఉందనుకోండి.
Yes, sir. 10 marks.
మీరు ఒక 3 pages వరకు మేనేజ్ చేస్తే సార్. నా ఒపీనియన్ పర్సనల్లీ వాట్ ఐ ఫీల్.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Anymore?
Thank you.
Thank you. Right. So let us meet tomorrow again.
Okay, sir. Okay. And same time, na, sir?
Yeah, same time, 4:30 to 6.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much.
But prepare, Amma, my sincere advice is that prepare along with me. That means whenever I am telling a topic, you try to give a reading of that.
Okay, sir. Definitely, sir. You only the guide for us, sir.